Volunteering in the Valley promotes volunteering and volunteers in our area. Tell us about your organization's volunteer needs and we will share them with others looking to make a difference. Tell us about your personal volunteer experiences and inspire others. We'd love to hear from you. Email volunteeringinthevalley@cvalley.net or call Jean at 660-385-5233. This is a joint venture between CVTV and AARP.
This is Volunteering in the Valley, but you know what? Something's sneaking up on us. The weather's been so gorgeous and so warm, it doesn't seem possible. But you know, it's soon time for that old Santa man to come around again. And I've got some ladies here who are sort of Santa's helpers. Our guests today are going to talk about the Santa Shop, which is a project of Macon County Ministries. And they're also going to talk about the Better Living Center, because those two things are working together this year, as they did last year, to provide better assistance for the community and merrier Christmases for some of the families that might not have much of a Christmas otherwise. So we have with us this afternoon Debbie Hartung and Linda Bunton. And we're missing one person. Sandy Coons is also a co-chair on this project, and unfortunately circumstances prevented her from being here today. But let's start off with Debbie. Debbie, tell us a little, especially for those who aren't familiar with it, what Santa Shop is, what it does, and how everybody out there watching can help to be a little bit of a Santa's helper this year.
Okay. And thank you for having us, Jean. I am Debbie Hartung. I have chaired the Helping Hands at Christmas for several years now. Took over from Ruth Kitchen probably 8-9 years ago, and joined up with Helping Hands at Christmas and Santa Shop. Always joined together at this time of year. We're both under the umbrella of Macon County Ministries. And last year we decided, because of that we have so many other ministries, organizations in the community, such as Shoes from the Heart and the Coat Drive with the Lutheran Church Men, and the food pantries and whatnot. We decided last year that we were going to kind of narrow things down a little bit, and we were going to ask the Better Living Center. They too did a Christmas giveaway, and so we asked Linda last year if she would like to join up with us and kind of just do it all together, all of our things together that we do. So last year was the first year that we did that, and it turned out absolutely great. Don't you think, Linda?
It was a huge success.
It was. We've always done the adopting of families, but last year as well, we decided to, we were going to do the toys with the Santa Shop, and then when they, and this is held at the Lutheran Church, then they would come, they would also be given socks and underwear, hats, gloves, and then
Diapers.
And diapers for the families who have babies in need. And so that's what we did last year. They went upstairs, they got the toys, picked out the toys, and then came downstairs and got the clothing items. So it just worked out great. I think the families, we heard a lot of positive things from the families that we helped, and it was just kind of easier for all of us. It was kind of a condensed program, and it worked out really, really well.
The one thing that Sandy does is she will send each person that has signed up a time whenever they're to come. And then that way it's not so crowded, and the people that are helping are not so overrun with a lot of people. And then they can get more individual attention to their needs of what age their child is and everything else. And that really worked out well too.
Yeah.
In doing it that way. Sandy is a really sweet lady, and we have a lot of fun with her.
Yeah.
And isn't that, after all, as we serve, we should also be having fun doing it?
Yes. And another thing that I would like to interject here is that by the agencies coming together, it freed up some time for us to be able to have more time with our own families. And that too, I feel like is very important, because our children, they want time with us too.
And isn't that special?
Yes.
Isn't that a precious thing to have? And that's how we build those memories.
Yes.
And that's what's important, because someday we're all going to need those memories that we've built while our families were all together. Now, tell us specifically where folks can go to help, what kind of help you'd like to have from all those out there that are watching. Maybe you don't have a grandchild of your own, or maybe you have a grandchild that lives at a distance where you perhaps send a gift card or something else. And you know what? I've found that it's kind of fun just to go out there and buy a few things for the Santa shop, simply because it gives me a chance to go back in the toy department, have an excuse to be there. There have been no girl children in my family from the time my sister and I were little. Everybody since then has been boys. And there's nothing I enjoy more than having an opportunity to go out and buy a girl toy, or some girls' clothing items, which you need as well. So
Yeah.
tell me where we can help and how we can help.
Okay. Well, the Santa shop is December 10th, but that's the day that the families actually come. So we have to have some preparation time to get everything ready. Right now, we've had one big ad come out into the paper. We'll have another one here very soon. But we have tubs at several locations, at most of the banks, YMCA, Dollar General, Matt's Market in Bevier, Bank of New Cambria. We've got tubs set out for toys and for the items I've said before of the hats, gloves, underwear, socks, and diapers. Now, with that, we go from infants to 12 years old. And so we need a variety of toys that will hit those different age groups. And we seem to get a lot of, for 2, 3, 4-year-olds, you know, though that's kind of the fun toys to buy for. We're a little bit shy on maybe the infant toys, and also the 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old group. So I want to inject that in there just a little bit, so that if you're looking, that you might kind of look for the older toys for children. And you know what, if you don't, like Jean was talking about, if you don't have any grandchildren to buy for, and you don't really know what the latest toys are, you know, ask somebody in your church, or, you know, some kid that you see at your church, or some child that lives next door or something. If they're age 8 or 9 or 10, ask them what they're kind of into at the time to play with. So, and with the underwear and socks, and the hats and gloves, I will say that last year as well, we were a little bit shy. Some of the kids that are 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they were adult sizes. And we really didn't think about that so much. And so we also, for socks and underwear, we also need adult sizes for both boys and girls.
For maybe like a men's small and a
men's-
ladies small.
exactly.
That kind of thing.
Women's.
Yeah.
And women's. Yeah.
Because some of our 12-year-old young people are almost as big as they will be when they're
Yeah.
fully adult.
Yeah.
So,
And so that brings me to where the donations come in. We ask for donations as well, and that's where your donations are used, are where we have to kind of fill in a little bit. I know I've gone with Sandy, Linda's gone with Sandy. We've had to fill in with some toys with the different ages. Last year I had to fill in with the different socks and underwear. And what they do, they're able to come in, the family comes in, and they pick out 4 pair of underwear, 4 pair of socks for each child, and then a hat and glove for each child. So, and then, you know, the toys upstairs. So they end up getting quite a little bit for each child that they have at home. So we're really, really happy about that. But that's where your donations that we ask for really come into play, is for fill-in like that.
and you have all the physical bodies that you're going to need to help prepare everything.
Sandy has those women that come and help her
Good.
every time. I could probably use a few people down on my side of it
Okay.
for Saturday morning.
So they should contact you directly if they're willing to come
That
Saturday
would be
morning
great.
to help
I,
you.
I do need a few people to kind of help direct them in what they're supposed to do.
And if you ever really wanted to feel like Santa Claus, that would come close.
Yeah,
right?
that would
when,
come
when
close.
you're actually there watching, and this will be the parents coming in.
parents,
but you know, I've seen some of these events and watched some of this happen, and it's giving to the children is one thing, but when you see how some of the parents respond and how they're going, I didn't know whether we would have any Christmas this year.
Yeah.
But now there's going to be some things to be opened, and there's going to be a little excitement on Christmas morning, and some of it's practical, but some of it's fun
Right.
too.
You know, I would like to touch on that for just a moment. At the Better Living Center, you know, we help all year long.
Right.
And Christmas is, it's a wonderful time for everyone. And when you see a parent come in with their children, and you look at those beautiful children that come running up to you, and they grab you at your legs, and they hug you, and they reach up and they want to give you kisses, you know, and they ask if you can adopt them as a grandmother, and well, yeah, I will, you know, and so I have quite a few that have adopted me as a grandmother. There's one story that happened not too long ago where a parent came in and they were very much down on their luck, if you want to call it that. But when you see somebody that has absolutely nothing and they're in need of everything, and when they can get underwear or socks or even a cap, a coat, and when we can go and we buy that at the store and we think it's no big deal.
Right.
What's a pair of socks? What's underwear? You know? But they come in.
They're not much till you don't have them.
That's right. And whenever they come in and you give them to them and you see tears in these parents' eyes, I tell you, you know that God is feeling joy for what is going on. And this is what we as the 3 agencies are really wanting, not just handing out the toys, not just handing out the socks and everything else. We want them to know God too through this.
And that's something that I might bring up too, is with some of the donations last year, the financial donations that we had, because we're because we're ministries, and Christmas is, in our eyes, it's about the birth of Jesus, and we ended up buying the Christmas story books, and we were able to give each family a book, the Christmas story book, to take home. And I was quick to tell them, please, you know, Christmas Eve or Christmas morning, please read this, because the children weren't there, of course, when they come through the line. But I said, please do us a favor and read this to your children, to let them know that it's not all about Santa and Christmas trees and presents, that there is a reason for this season.
Right.
And so that was really special to us to be able to do for the families.
It's a really special kind of sharing for the family, above and beyond the material things
Yeah.
that they were going to enjoy.
And the reason that we're doing like socks and underwear and is doing this for so long on the Helping Hands at Christmas side, the clothing side, is that's what everybody, when they listed what they needed for their children, that was on everybody's list. Was they might not have needed a coat, you know, they said, well, we're okay with the coat, but we really need socks and underwear, because, you know, you wear that every day and it wears out and the children get bigger, and so that's what a real big need was. And so that's why we went with the socks and underwear last year, when we were kind of trying to condense things down. And you know what? For little kids, I don't know if you've been around little kids, but socks and underwear are kind of fun. You know, you get, for the little boys.
I want Superman!
Exactly. For those little boys, you
Give
know,
me Batman!
they want Batman and Spider-Man underwear, and the little girls want Elsa and Anna underwear from
Yeah.
Frozen, and you know, they've got really neat socks out. You know, they've got
And they don't have to match.
nope, they don't have to match.
They don't have to match this year.
You know, remember when we were all growing up and the standard socks were white, what in my day they called anklets
Yep.
anyway? There were none of these
Yeah.
things.
Oh, they're fun.
I
You
know,
know,
I
socks and
know.
underwear are fun for the kids.
Oh,
So
yes.
it's not just when I had Christmas or my birthday, and you know, Mom would go down to the J.C. Penney store. Yes, we had a J.C. Penney store in Macon many years ago.
Yes.
Yes.
On Rollins Street, and but Mom would go down there and get us, you know, but it was white, and it wasn't too exciting when you
No.
open. But nowadays, kids get excited when they get socks and underwear.
Well,
So
there could be even toes in the socks, you know.
Yeah,
You never
so-
can tell.
So, how about the Better Living Center? Are you in need of help in the store?
In the store itself. I tell you what, if anybody has silverware out there, I need it. Pots and
Okay.
pans, whatever,
Okay.
you know, in that arena.
Because as I understand it, you provide items to families in need year-round. And it's
Year-round.
not just clothing items, it's household items, because anybody can hit a bad patch. What if there's some kind of a catastrophe at your house, a fire or some other thing that damages all that household goods?
There's,
Look what just a few bath towels can cost.
Oh,
right.
It's the only thing that we don't take is like bedding. I mean, I'm sorry, furniture. We don't have the room.
Yeah.
And the building we're in, we've outgrown it, you know. But God is really blessed, and it's exciting. It really is. It's, you know, we can go back to the back, and somebody can look back there, and they'll go, "Oh my goodness," you know. But I know where everything is at. It's an organized mess. It's kind of like, you know. But and Debbie sometimes she'll come up and help, and she's like, "Oh," and I said, "Well, you know, it all came in today." And for you out there that have contributed to the Better Living Center, I just want to tell you, thank you so much. We had a gentleman come in today, and I was telling him, he had brought us some things, and I told him, I said, I just want to tell you one thing. Thank you so much for what you have brought. I mean, they were like new articles that he had brought to us. And he said, I want to tell you a secret. He said, you don't have to tell everybody my name, but he said, I really enjoy doing for the Better Living Center and doing for the children. And he said, yeah, the adults, they count too. And I said, they do. They really count too. These little babies that are being born, they're precious, and we have little layettes for them. And one little kid said, what's a layette? But they didn't know. They were kind of leery on that one. But it's we have some women from the community that come in and help, and they are precious. They're priceless. I really, you can't make it run without them.
But if you want a real hands-on part of this experience,
Get involved.
you just call Debbie, and she'll put you to work on Saturday morning, December the 10th. That's the big day. So we want to have everything in so that they can get it all sorted and ready.
Yes, it's the toys, all the clothing items, the diapers, they've all got to be in the tubs by December 6th. That's
Okay.
the deadline for all of it, and then
Okay.
the following days we'll be getting it ready for Saturday.
Okay, anything else that we need to add? Any more information that the folks out there need, other than to say, Sandy, we missed you?
Yes, we did.
God bless,
Okay.
and thank you.
Volunteering in the Valley is a cooperative effort between CVTV of Sheraton Valley and the Long Branch area chapter of AARP. And if your organization or group or project would like to come on and do a presentation for our area, as these ladies have done for the Santa Shop and for the Better Living Center, please get in touch. And there will be information running on your screen to give you a heads up as to where the collection points are for things for the Santa Shop, and information on how you can contact these ladies and their organizations. In the meantime, let's be thinking about what's coming up soon, and remember all the things that each of us has to be thankful for at this season.
And I would like to add, the Better Living Center is sponsored by the Macon Seventh-day Adventist Church, and they help keep us going, and the business people, they help us also. So
Well,
thank
and-
you very much.
That's great. And in our smaller communities, in our rural areas, no one group or organization is just big enough in numbers to meet all the needs of the community. And so by our organization and your organization and the groups that you work with, if we all come together, then those needs get met, and otherwise that might not happen. So it's up to you. If you can think of a way that you'd enjoy helping, or if you have a project you want to see on Volunteering in the Valley, give us a heads up and we'll put you right here. Thank you.
Volunteering in the Valley promotes volunteering and volunteers in our area. Tell us about your organization's volunteer needs and we will share them with others looking to make a difference. Tell us about your personal volunteer experiences and inspire others. We'd love to hear from you. Email volunteeringinthevalley@cvalley.net or call Jean at 660-385-5233. This is a joint venture between CVTV and AARP.